All right, guys, welcome back to the Real Pool Talks podcast. It's episode 5. I have my regular company with me, Jason and Collins. What's up, guys?
What's
Think
going
that
on, man?
Yo, what up? What up?
we have a lot of things we can talk about today. It's been a while. Last one we had when uh, when did we do the last one? Before the Hanoi Open, the very first day of Hanoi Open.
Right.
So it's been a couple of weeks, right?
Gosh, has it only
Yeah.
been a couple weeks? It feels like it's been almost a month. You've been traveling
Yeah,
so
it's been
much.
it's been 3 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot going on. I mean, the Hanoi Open, then the World 8 Ball Championships in Austria. Then I flew to US, played the whole week at Wolves Den, another ranking event, and just drove from there to Norfolk to play at the International. It's busy schedule.
Yeah, I can't believe you were just like you were about to compete in the final four, I think it was, and you were saying how International Open was starting in 2 days or something, and can we do a podcast in between? I was like, holy crap, this guy turns around fast.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I played in the finals of that 9 ball tournament at Wolves Den against Yap. Yes, was it yes? Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
And right after the finals, we had to drive for 4.5 hours. Luckily, we had Paul Law, our buddy, that drove us here. And yeah, checked in, quick practice, and luckily I didn't play the Bigfoot today, so I had a day off at least on the Bigfoot. But yeah, let's talk about a little bit about Hanoi Open. Jason Shaw wins the tournament. Uh, that's who I lost to in a quarterfinal. Ended up conceding the match, and a lot of people were negative about me conceding the match and talking that I made a mistake by doing that. And I still don't think I made a mistake there. I missed the ball. Doesn't matter why. I missed the ball, and Jason, jumped out of the chair, started jumping, clapping, doing all the stupid shit, and it pissed me off. And I thought that I don't want to be there, and I considered the match.
Yeah.
Ultimately, this, Feder, from all of our days on the road, I'm usually the first one to say never give up a ball, no matter what the scenario is. But in that situation, it's your decision. It's nobody else's. You missed a ball that you shouldn't have missed for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. And then somebody jumps up and doesn't really act like a true professional. So, it's your decision to do it. It's your match to give up. I think let the haters hate and you do what you do. And, if it made you feel better about the situation, then screw it. Who cares?
Yeah. I mean,
That's the
Yeah,
obviously,
way I, that's the way I view it.
it's on TV, and it's going forward. It's probably not the best scenario, but whatever happened happened.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm talking from the perspective of an amateur, and you're always going to do what's right for you to do in that moment, right? And from my perspective as an amateur, I know for myself, I continue to play the best pool that I can when I'm playing, as long as I'm enjoying the game. You know what I mean? And if I get to the point where I'm playing somebody in a tournament, doesn't matter what level tournament it is, if I'm not enjoying the match, I'm more than happy to say I'm not going to play anymore. Not like, I know it's not the same thing, but at the same time, I think a lot of people can understand that. So, you know what I mean? Like from coming from your perspective. So, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of messages, asking why did I do that? But I haven't really replied to a lot of them, so it's good for me to say something about it.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes it's okay for you to show some emotion there, Feder. You don't do it often, so
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
You've earned that, right? I for years I've always told you never concede a ball, but in that scenario I supported it 100% and definitely understand and agree with it. I mean, at some point, um, people got to start showing some class, and you always do. So for one time in your whole entire career, for you to, I don't even think it was out of line, but for you to do something that you wanted to do, how many times do you just sit there and eat shit and do what the people behind the camera want you to do instead of what you want to do? So
Well, that's
who
kind of
cares?
professionals supposed to do. But yeah, like I said, whatever happened happened, and we have people in the chat saying that Matchroom can't afford the shot clock on the TV table, and honestly, that was the first event that TV table didn't have the visual shot clock. I think they had some technical issues because they were making a tournament in Hanoi, and they weren't there. It's not like they're organizing a tournament in UK or US where they already know how to do things, and technical issues are fine. And it's not like I played the first time with the guy yelling 5 and 10. The table 1 and 2 at the US Open and all the other big tournaments, they have the same thing. We don't have the visual clock, but we have the guy, the ref, sitting with the timer. But yeah, going forward, I would like to have the visual clock because it's much, much easier for the player to understand how much time it is left.
Man, I got to tell you, it really seemed like he was very quick from 10 to 5.
Well, the thing
Quick as a cat.
yeah, and he was also loud, but there was so many fans in that watching the match. There was like, I don't know, 1,500, 2,000 people in the building, and everybody was yelling. And right before I was about to shoot, everybody got quiet, and the guy was trying to yell because it was too loud in the room. And right in that second, everybody got quiet, and he yelled. So it's not his mistake.
No, but it's not ideal. But it's like you said. It's like you said, though. I mean, it's your first event in that kind of area in a very long time, right? And so
It's the first big event in Vietnam, and it was unbelievable. It's by far the best pool trip I've had in my career. It's by far the biggest tournament I played as far as the Open tournament.
So you're happy to fade the shot clock the way it was.
Yeah. Even to fade the shot clock, to fade the equipment, that it wasn't the same. We played on Renaissance with bigger pockets, and it's still by far the atmosphere was the best.
Yeah, still overall a great trip for you. You win the Perry Open, right? You went. Would you get ninth in the Hanoi? What was the?
Yeah, I lost the quarters.
Yeah, so I mean it's still a nice run, and then you come back and you get another second place at Wolfden. So
I went to Austria. From there, I went to Austria to play the World Championships.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the 8-ball.
The winner of that tournament, SVB, got paid $75,000. That's a nice payday to play some 8-ball.
Yeah.
But as any other professional 8-ball tournament, that was kind of a joke because the break was everything. If you made the ball in the break, you won the match. If you were slugged and broke dry, you weren't. So the guys that were breaking harder were winning in the end. But honestly, I lost. I had a chance. I was playing Wojciech Szewczyk in the last 16. I was down 6-2, playing like crap. Like I wasn't getting out. I was playing bad. And then he broke dry, and I ran a 5-pack. I was up 8-6. I broke dry. It's winter break too. So I broke dry, and he cleaned that rack and broken her in. It was 8-8. And then he broke dry, and I didn't get out, and that was it. But that was like a not simple, but it was like average 8-ball out that I should be out. But they put us on the shot clock because we were playing slow. and it benefited me in the beginning when I started the run, but when it was 8-8 and I had to get out, it was a little bit too fast for me.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, Shane emboning the power break, and quite honestly, I think his best game is 8-ball. Anyways, I know 8-ball on the big table's a
Well, he
joke
said
for
multiple
top
times
level
it's his
pros,
favorite
but
game, right?
well, it's his best game
Yeah.
for sure. I think it's his best game. I mean, right now, I mean, obviously, if you watch him on the bar table, it's his specialty as well. The patterns and the way that he plays 8-ball is perfect 8-ball. And on the big table, it helps him even more because it is about the break and it is about the power, and that's what he's known for. So I think the best big table 8-ball player in my mind on the planet is probably SVB, and he won the world championship. So no surprise. I know obviously it's tough, and there were probably 50 people there that could have won that format, but
Oh yeah,
I think he's unbelievable at that game and definitely deserving of that title.
I agree. I mean, when I started the tournament, I thought that anybody can win, like literally anybody. SVB lost round 1 to Chen Yulong, and he was really close to lose another 2 matches. So, but yeah, in the end, I think there was only 2 balls made in the break in the finals from both players in total.
Oh, wow.
I think I remember even watching, because I was sweating some of the junior matches because one of our juniors was out there competing in the 16 or 17 and under boys. Anyway, watching even some of those matches, it looked like the equipment was not racking consistently at all.
Well, the thing is, I think they do it on purpose. If the rack was tapped or we were playing with magic rack, everybody would be making balls in the break, and you would see. I don't know. It's just 8-ball is not the game that should be played by professionals, in my opinion, on the big table at least.
I mean, if it is, it should be super tight equipment, right?
Well, it should be tight equipment. It should be take what you make. It's kind of like what Darren Appleton was doing with 8-ball, like break from the outside of the box, something to make it tougher.
Yeah, definitely needs tight equipment. And honestly, tell you the truth, I don't even hate rack your own 8-ball on the big table if you're going to do it. It's just so, I mean, you're so dependent upon the ref getting slugged, and it's just all about making a ball on the break. And maybe alternate break format would be a little better than winter break. There's ways that they could clean that format up and make it a better tournament for sure. No doubt about it.
Yeah,
But
still, I mean, the payouts were great. There was a lot of money. I finished the last 16 and I got paid 4,500. You don't see it in every tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Great money. And well, let's transition a little bit over to the International Open. Let's talk a little bit about the format there. There are 2 tournaments. Obviously, they're going to have the 9-ball tournament, 128 person field, and then also an invitational Bigfoot challenge, playing 10-ball. So you're playing in both events. Both have already started. So talk to us a little bit about this event. Talk to us a little bit about the format, the conditions, the table size, all of those things.
So yeah, the tables, I'm a little bit disappointed because the tables are absolute buckets. It's probably the biggest buckets I've seen on the tour this year, maybe year and a half. It's 4.5-inch pockets, brand new cloth, break from the box, so matchroom rules, 9 balls on the spot, referees reckon on every table. It's races to 10, which is good. And luckily it's alternate break, because with big pockets, if it was winter break, I think it would have been bad.
Are they racking with a template or is it wood rack?
No, they're racking with AccuRacks here because it's Outswell production.
Okay.
So they're racking with AccuRacks, and they're playing down to the last 16. It's double elimination until the last 16. And the last 16 is single. Another disappointing thing is in all of the ranking events, they do seed the players throughout the bracket by their world ranking. and they did it in every ranking event this year other than this one.
So this was a random draw.
I'm not sure. It's some weird seating they did here because SVB is in the very bottom, but then you see the very top is we have Tommy Kerr and Martin Daigle. So they didn't do seating here for sure. But then I'm like on the top of the lower half of the bracket. So I'm not sure what they did there, but it doesn't look like they seeded based off any ranking.
Mm-hmm. So you've already played a match today, right? You played against one of our homeboys out here, Angelo and S.
Yeah, and I was streaming it, and honestly, it's dangerous to play against anybody 9-ball and big pockets. He was playing really good.
He's a run out player. I mean,
he had some really good outs, like crazy ones. He back cut the ball and then ran out from nowhere.
And yes, yeah, that's what he did. He used to play against Amar. God rest his soul. You know, in the last year before he passed, Angelo was playing him on my stream quite regularly because Angelo was, as far as like a rotation player goes, he's like, you know, playing a guy like Amar who's going to play the game, right, is the next level because Angelo can just get out from anywhere. He'll just fire balls in. He'll cut balls in across the whole table. It doesn't matter. Well,
yeah. And I think his Fargo is underrated, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was up like by 2 games and or 3 games. He was close. I was up 5-0 from the beginning and then I messed up. I could have been up 6-0 and I made the ball and touched another ball and fouled.
Yeah.
And then from there, he had an opportunity to make a gap closer by 2, and he missed an easy 8-ball, and from there I won.
Right.
It was like 7-5, and from there I won 10-5.
I was gonna say it's pretty tough if you alternate break format get down 5-0 to even make a run back.
It's really tough. If you're down by a lot, it's really tough to come back. With big pockets, you know, everybody already figured out the break. It's not like a new format for everybody here. You know, a lot of players are making both wing ball and the 1-ball, and they can control the cue ball already. So it's going to be tough.
Are they racking the 2 in random spots, or they still have it in the back here?
No, it's random.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good.
I gotta ask you, what did you think about those different like specific rack rules that have come up over the years, right? Because in 10-ball for a while it was the 2 and the 3 in the corner, and then the 2-ball on the back for 9-ball. Like, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, I'm glad that they got rid of that rule with 2-ball on the back because, you know, everybody was breaking the same way with the same speed, making the 1 on the side and breaking the 2-ball 3 rails towards the side pocket
and playing position on the 2, right? So that's kind of my understanding. It's a similar idea for 10-ball, wasn't it? Because for a while before they figured out the second ball break in 10-ball, a lot of guys were breaking the 1 in the side, weren't they? No,
I'm not sure about that.
No, okay, my misunderstanding.
No, I mean I think in 10-ball it's a little different because the timing of the break. If you hit it too hard, you're not going to be able to get the 2 and the 3 to go around 4 rails and have a shot at making them in the corner. With that break, it was literally like Max Lechner and Skyler and a few other guys that really mastered it, and they just had a huge advantage over the field. So it was supposed to be this tough break format that nobody could figure out. Well, mid-tournament, Skyler and Max figured it out. I mean, Skyler was just absolutely steamrolling everybody with just a tic-tac-toe out every time with the 2 right in the side. I mean, it was a joke.
Mm-hmm. International, right?
Yeah, it was at the International Open. He beat Chang Jung Lin, SVB. I mean, he was just mopping everybody. He didn't just beat them. He was just whitewashing everybody, just absolutely waxing the field.
Max lost the finals to Jason.
To Shaw, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad to see they aren't putting the 2 in the back. I mean, it's bad enough with 4.5-inch pockets. I mean, alternate break. I'm not a big fan of it, but if you're going to play 4.5-inch pockets, I think you have to go alternate break.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I just have to say this though. When I first heard that the pockets were going to 4 inches on Matchrooms, at the U.S. Open and stuff, I'm like, man, that's just kind of stupid. It's kind of gaffy to play 9 ball or 10 ball on that type of equipment. It's more of like a gambling format. But I don't think I've ever seen an event as exciting playing 9 ball as the U.S. Open, and,
Yeah.
and to me, as a viewer, I think it was the most enjoyable event that I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot. So
It just
I,
brings a lot more play in the game. I mean, it's not just run out. It's a lot of defense. It's a lot of kicking. It's a lot of sketchy situations that won't come up on 4.5 inch pockets. A lot of the times you'll make 3 balls on the break on 4 inch or 4.5 inch pockets, and on a 4 inch pocket table you probably make 1 ball on the break most of the time.
yeah, and my main thing is now, Federer. I mean, I don't think I would have said this 5 years ago, but the players have just gotten so much better that
I
the
agree.
4 inch pockets are needed. And I think because of the tighter pockets is why everybody's getting better. It used to be no Europeans could play on tight equipment. Now all of them, they're just running out from everywhere. So on 4 inch pockets. So
Yep.
I think it should be 4 inches, but I'm really excited about the Bigfoot tournament here. That's one of my favorite events of the years to watch the top 16 people play on 10-foot table. I really like that.
Do you remember the last
So,
year of Bigfoot here?
yeah.
That was a good tournament.
Yeah, I mean they always are though. Even, Derby and International, I think those are the only two left, right?
Yeah, I
Only
mean,
two.
last year was the best because I remember I didn't get picked for Mosconi, and I
Hmm.
played David the first round, and then I played all the Europeans
You
back.
took them all down.
Yeah.
That
Like
was
the entire team, one by one, right?
yeah, that was great. I like the Bigfoot. I didn't play since Derby. Didn't make any shot here yet either. But I'll be practicing tomorrow morning. I still don't know the time when do I play. But yeah, let's get rolling with the
Yeah, let's
bracket.
take a look at the 9 ball event, or do you want to talk 10 ball first?
No, let's go with a 9 ball since you have it already.
Sure.
So you
Obviously,
got
we've already
Martin.
played through a few matches here. I think almost the full first round, right, today on the winner's side. I mean, just the first
Yeah,
round.
Well, I think
there-
they're playing the bottom half of the bracket right now.
there's matches
Start.
going on right now. The last round started at 10:15, so they started 20 minutes ago. So you need to win 4 matches to qualify to the last 16.
Yeah, so you got Martin versus Appleton here, and don't sleep on Martin. We saw him play unbelievable at the U.S. Open on tight equipment with this same break format. Actually, it was against Vitaly that he played unbelievable, right?
That was another guy. That was Danny Hewitt.
Oh, you're right. It was another. He's another Canadian here, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure Martin is capable too, but I like Darren, and I like Roberto against Conrad. I like Roberto in anything with big pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And let's scroll down a little bit to
Who
see.
do you think takes it between Roberto and Darren?
I like Roberto to be playing in the winter qualification round, and let's see who's in the bottom of that field.
Hunter Lombardo versus Labutus, and Yanni versus Victor. Victor Zelensky may not miss a ball the whole tournament.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet that Victor is going to miss less than 5 balls the whole tournament.
Yeah, I'd bet under that for whatever.
Yep.
So between Roberto and Victor, what do you think?
Roberto and Victor. I mean, I gotta like Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
Kind of
like
helps to not miss.
Yeah, I like Victor to get up from this bracket. But I mean, Pius is very, very capable too. He breaks really good, and he may upset Victor. I actually like the chances of Pius upsetting Victor more than Roberto.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and that honestly, to tell you the truth, that's a pretty daggone good draw for Victor if you look at it. I know obviously there's a couple people that could beat him on this equipment and this format, but overall, that's a pretty good draw for that flight there from Victor. You got to
Victor
like it.
was playing in the finals last year. He beat me in the semis.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember. Was it 4.25 or he was 4.5 last year? But the the formats have changed so quick, and everybody started playing on tight equipment that I forgot that we even played on 4.5-inch pockets.
Yeah. I think it's tough to go backwards to 4.5. Pretty tough to watch.
Yeah.
So the next flight here, you got Jeremy Sosi versus Capito. Like you got a fancy Capito there, even though the Fargos are pretty close. I think Capito's playing pretty good right now. Had a nice showing against you in the U.S. Open. Honestly, without the referee's help, I mean that match could have gone a different way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sosi's another capable player, though. I mean, 4.5-inch pockets definitely help him.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be a close match with him and Jeremy. But I still like Roby, and I like actually Eric Roberts. He had a really good tournament.
Good tournament at the Bowl, right?
Yeah, in Roanoke, he beat Johnny Moore like 8-1, and then beat Wolford to qualify and qualified to the single elimination. And he was down big against Roland Garcia and came back, and he was breaking and running out. I was watching. He was playing really good.
And he had a nice first round win over Kevin West too. I mean, that's not just a bye. Kevin can play.
Yeah, Kevin. I mean, it's not an easy draw for a first round.
But he's got a tough one here in Naoki Oi.
Yeah.
Naoki,
I'm a big Oi fan, so.
Big pockets Naoki is really dangerous.
Yeah. And I think Naoki got a pretty good draw as well until he has to meet with the Filler the Killer.
Oh, snap.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so you're going to have potentially Ralph and Joshua playing here, two Germans.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
That can happen in an international tournament,
Yeah, but you know what? The big pockets I feel like are a big disadvantage to Ralph. The tighter the equipment, the better the chances for him. He's just such a savvy player. The moving portion of the game is something that he can take advantage of over against the youngsters. And with these big pockets, it really does make it about the break. And, obviously when you get a little bit older, it makes it a little tougher to have consistent power breaks. So you got to love Filler coming out of this one.
I agree with everything you said. Yeah.
So we got Filler against maybe Capito or Naoki Oi. I'm taking Filler over Oi.
Yep.
Out of there.
It's going to be a cool match to watch. Both really quick shooters.
Big pockets. Yeah.
Do they have a shot clock here, Feder?
Only on the main TV table, and honestly, it's been really wet in the room. It's kind of humid, and I think the tables are going to start playing a little bit tighter. But also, there will be. I mean, my prediction is that the table will be really bouncy in the 2 days, which will make it tougher a little bit. And I think it's going to be good. Because right now it's too easy to play on these tables.
Yeah, looks like Chris Reinhold trying to continue a run here. He beat Botter.
Botter, yeah.
It's a really tough draw for him for round one.
Botter and then straight into Levan.
Yeah, that's not an easy.
This is a really tough flight here,
and
honestly.
And then Solnaki.
There is
and
no.
And Fluff's in there too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at the bottom portion. I mean, you don't have one bad player in this fight.
Nope.
Yeah.
I guess they thought Oliver is from Poland because he has SZ in the beginning of his last name.
That's all we need is Poland to have another player. They got enough of them.
Wait, where is he from? I don't know.
Hungary.
Oh, it's close, kind of. Not really.
Not really.
No.
But yeah, who do you guys like here?
I mean, I like Levan. I like Oliver.
I like Levan over Oliver.
I do too. big pockets.
Big pockets, yeah. He may have that slightly chicken-winged elbow, but man, he can make balls.
With a tight table, I definitely like Lee Van here.
Yeah, I like Lee Van out of this though. Just I think you gotta go with Lee Van in this situation, just because I think Lee Van. No disrespect to Chris, but I think Lee Van's got the easier matchup. I think that Emil on big pockets, that kid can run out from everywhere too. So
Emil breaks really good.
yeah, he has a really good break and shoots straight. I think he's just a notch above Chris.
Emil actually played Oscar a big set of 10 ball last week.
They played until 6 a.m.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as they started, and I watched the first 3 racks, and I said, well, there is no way I'm watching any more of this. And like 8 hours of.
Because that was on a 4-inch pocket table with worn cloth, right?
I mean, it wasn't really worn cloth. They're saying it's a tight table, but I don't think it's anywhere close as U.S. Open tight. You know, it was.
It came from that table was played on in that competition at the U.S.
Right.
Open.
It was probably a TV table, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the TV tables were a little bit easier than the outside arena tables.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a tight table. It's not 4 1/4. It's not 4 1/2. You know, it's a 4-inch table.
Yeah, still a good win though for Oscar.
Yeah,
That's a good challenge for him. Oscar Dominguez style, put some young buck on a 4-inch pocket and take him to school.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, I like Lee Van coming out of the top portion of that, but the bottom portion is pretty interesting. You got Alex Pagulayan versus Shane Wolford. Big pockets, a real neutralizer here. I think Shane Wolford, that's a winnable match for him. Normally,
tough bracket here.
Another one, yeah.
Josh Roberts is another one, has a good break.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You know, Josh is one of these players that big pockets that they really favor him. Because he has his own stroke, you know, his own way of playing, and I think he misses more balls on tighter tables. And like you said, he has a really good break, and I think big pockets are really, really good for him. But I still like Mario to get
out. Mario so
yeah.
Yeah, I like it to be Mario versus Lee Van. I'm picking the Panda to come out of this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Man, we're all going the same way. It's probably going to be Josh Roberts out of there.
Yeah, Mario just won the straight pool tournament too. That was at the same time as the tournament at Wolves Den.
Yeah, Mario's playing really well right now. Oh, this next one is going to be interesting. Max Eberle versus Mika.
That's an interesting matchup right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I just got to say this. I think the big pockets really helped Mika. He's a run-out player. I mean, I really like Mika in that matchup.
He's always liked hitting the ball harder too. Right?
Yep. I still like Kazakis to get up from that top half.
Yeah, really nice draw for Kazakis here. I mean, look at this.
Wow, I didn't even know I'm in the same bracket.
Yeah, I mean, you got a little bit of a tougher draw, right? Like you got Chang there. It's going to be coming over a 670 Fargo.
My next match isn't that easy one too, because you know Abdullah, his Fargo is 737, but I think his actual Fargo is a little bit higher, maybe 750. But yeah, if I win, I have to play Chung, and that's another reason why I say they didn't do any seedings, because there is no way me and Chang can play in round 3.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal draw, and you know, obviously he's no walkover, and then you got to beat Chang, and then presumably probably Kazakis. I mean, obviously you're probably rooting for Mika or Max to upset Kazakis there, but still, nonetheless, really tough draw.
Yeah, not an easy draw.
But they're never easy.
But Federer's going to get there, obviously, so we could just move to the next one.
Yeah, just move on there. That's a tough one. We don't want to get caught predicting anything in that flight. This next one, I don't know anything about this Garza versus Roland. You know anything about Garza, Feder?
He lost to Christina in the Wolves Down tournament. Hill. So I'm taking Roland, and who have Mieszko Fortunski and
Fortunski.
Donny. No, Donny is another player that likes big pockets and brand new cloth and polished balls, and has a good break. So I think that Mieszko may have a little bit of a hard time with Donny, and I don't know who do I like between Mieszko if he beats Donny and Roland. Roland's playing really good right now.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
had a couple of really good tournaments, right?
he won the one pocket in at Wolf's Den. He was playing a few gambling matches and won all of them, I believe. And who did he lost to me? He lost to me in the 9 ball in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I'm taking Roland to get out of there. I think he
Kind of like Roland too.
he's in good form.
I'm gonna take the swole pole, Mieszko Fortunski.
Take the Polish sausage to get out of there.
Yeah.
All right. And this is a good matchup here. Jesus versus Delgado.
Jesus had a pretty tough draw in round 1 too. There's 2 new Filipinos that just started traveling. They came to Wolves Den too. First guy is Sean Mark Malayan that played Jesus and lost, and the other one, we'll see his name later.
He's playing SVB, right?
SVB, yeah.
Yeah, I like Jesus in this spot here, and then that next one is that Khalid. That's that young kid, right? Versus playing Al-Kaidi.
Yeah, Khalid looks just like me. He's like a Arabian copy of me, and I like Delgado to beat Jesus, honestly. I think the next round will be all Spaniards. It's David versus Delgado in round 3 here.
I mean, I'm really surprised, honestly, that I know that Jesus had some stuff going on, but I really thought that Jesus had a bright future, and we just haven't really seen much of him. He hasn't really done much. He hasn't gotten deep in any tournaments. And when he was gambling with Tyler and all those things, I was like, man, this kid's the future. He's going to be a really good player. I feel like he just
playing Tyler. Most of the people thought that he was the favorite because he was getting spot, right? They were playing.
Yeah.
He was getting the 9 ball, I think, right?
Yeah.
So everybody, well, I mean, most of the people like Jesus. But yeah, you're right. After that match, there wasn't really a lot of big moments for him.
He's pretty crafty with the jump cue. I think he's really good with the jump cue. I like his cue ball. Like, I just don't really understand how he hasn't won anything or done anything. It's like he's disappeared.
Yes, it's a stroke, but he's breaking really well in every discipline. Maybe other than the 8 ball, he doesn't break that hard, kind of like me. And his jumping ability is unbelievable. He can jump really good. But yeah, like I said, I like Delgado to beat Jesus, and I like David to beat Khalid, and I like David to beat Delgado. And who will he face to qualify?
Mieszko.
Mieszko.
It was either Mieszko or Garcia.
Roland. I'm taking Roland to get out of this.
Yeah, I like Roland as well, but you gotta like Al-Kaid's draw. Pretty decent draw for Al-Kaid here.
I mean, not really. I mean,
it's not the easiest, but it's better than playing Chang or
I won too.
Who did he play?
Brandon
Schuff. Shit, I love Schuff. He's my dude, but he never wins anything. All right, moving on. This is interesting. This next one.
Back it up.
Back it up.
Fortunski to qualify.
Okay.
I'm just making that call. So
big
when it
pockets
happens,
help Fortunski too. He has a big break, and he's a straight shooter for sure. Not much of a mover. This next one is interesting because this Sam Henderson, I think, is a young kid, an American kid that actually has a bright future ahead of him. Watched him a little bit at the U.S. Open. He's got some nice touch. He seems like he's got a good heart, good ticker for it. Playing Billy Thorpe, I'm going for Henderson with the upset, even though I think Big Pocket's really really helped Billy
I
Thorpe.
s-
Probably
I
more
s-
than anybody in the field. Big pockets helped Billy Thorpe.
I saw Sam Henderson at the BEF Junior National Championships, and I thought the kid was like, this kid's got to be 18 or 19. This must be his last year playing, because the way he carries himself, and then he has like a very like mature approach to the game, and you can see his mechanics and stuff are very like well thought out and deliberate and stuff. And I found out the kid's only 16. Talk about a
Yeah,
bright future.
I think he has a really bright future as well. And I think he's working a lot, and he traveled to the World Juniors in Austria. He's been there. I don't think he got a medal, but I just think he's one of those kids that work hard and has a lot of potential.
I'm
But
going to
yeah,
disagree with the upset. Billy's probably going to get there.
I think it's going to be a really close match between him and Billy. I won't be surprised if it's going to be a hill-hill.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean, wouldn't you agree with the statement though that big pockets may favor Billy more than anybody else in this tournament? I mean, it's just the way that he shoots and the power that he shoots with the big pockets really help him, I think.
like Billy, yeah.
The next one is Opia versus Niels. Gotta like the Terminator coming out.
This is playing two ladies in a row.
Niels had him one in the first round.
Yeah,
Bethany
Bethany Sykes.
beat her 10-0.
Zip.
Man, look at Niels' draw, man. Niels got a hell of a draw.
Well, we don't even
Yep.
know who he's potentially playing in the next round, right?
I mean, he's gonna have to get through Shaw probably or Shaw or Dennis.
Grabe.
But damn, look at Niels' draw.
Keenan, Jason.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I got my heart says Christina.
I know.
But man, look at Niels' draw though. I mean, honestly, he might have a better draw than anybody in the tournament from what I've seen so far.
To get to winner qualification round, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Jason, and Dennis. It's going to be. I mean, you gotta like Jason. Jason won the tournament 2 times here, and he always does good in those spots where he's comfortable. There is just places where you feel like it's your place. I won the tournament twice in Arizona, and I felt comfortable there. I like Derby, just the atmosphere. I always do good there. I think that international is something like turning stone for Jason. It's just something where he feels comfortable.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, if you look at it, I was going on and on about Niels' draw, but Shaw's draw is pretty daggone good too. I mean, he's playing Brentworth, 6-17 Fargo. He played Matt Crawl first round, and then he's gonna have to beat Dennis and either probably more than likely Niels. It's pretty good draw.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I agree.
Not bad for sure. Oh, I see.
Here we go.
Pinniger got him a win.
Yep.
Played
Henny
Nathan
from
Nunes.
Tennessee.
Henny and Yanni Uski. It's going to be an interesting match. I like Uski in that match. Oh, that's a tough bracket here. Aloysius and Demetrius.
Thorsten.
Let's talk about the upper bracket. Let's see, who do I like here? Yanni. I like Yapper to get from the upper side. I think he's going to beat Demetrius, and he's going to beat either Yanni or Hennessy. Yap is playing really good right now and breaking well.
Yeah, just so consistent and always works so hard too. He's going to be prepared. He's going to go to bed early. He's not going to do anything stupid. You got to like Yap here.
I've been a major Yap fan ever since last year's U.S. Open.
Yap works a lot. Yeah, I agree.
We got matches still going here. Here we go.
Looks like all the Vietnamese guys didn't come here. How come?
I don't know. Hopefully they collected their money.
They did.
Whoa.
They did.
Can we talk about the fact that is the field too small? Does it have to be a 256 player field for it to be potentially sanctioned by the WPA?
Is it WPA sanctioned event?
No, but it's 50,000 added, and it's international professional players, right? So I think it's technically eligible to be sanctioned.
It's only 128 though, right?
Does it have to be 256? Is my question. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't
Hon-
know.
Honestly, I figured everybody just wrote the WPA off, and we weren't even going to talk about those fools anymore.
Well,
But
there was just some drama with the ACBS after the Hanoi Open, and the ACBS like putting out a list of like 130 players that are now banned from playing in their events. So I don't know if this has something to do with that. Maybe.
I haven't even looked at it. What
Yeah.
happened there?
Huh?
What happened? ACBS?
So ACBS said that any of their players who are fall under the umbrella of their federation that played in the Hanoi Open are banned, and there's like 130 of them. There's like between the Vietnamese, between the Chinese, the Taiwan players, like yeah, there's a huge list of players that fall under that umbrella that would then be disqualified from playing in any of their events.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, it is a much weaker field. I mean, neither Co-Brother, Chua, no Dodong. There's quite a few players that aren't here.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised. And I've heard that Cole Brothers, they tried to play in the World 8-Ball Championships and they didn't get a spot. And it was a little bit ugly because there was like 4 or 5 players that didn't show up. And I'm not sure if organizers knew about it or not, but I think you can always find spots for Crow Brothers.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where they're at in the rankings, or you can always give them wild cards. I think anybody would agree on that.
Yeah, it's crazy. So let's take a peek at the bottom. I think we all picked Yap to come out of the top there. I mean, we can kind of predict here. It looks like Albin and Tommy Tokoff probably going to come out of there, and you got to like Torsten playing a 654 Fargo there.
Yeah,
Came through on a
probably
like-
Albin and Toasty.
I like Albin versus Yap to play for the spot on for the last 16, and I like Yap in that matchup.
Yep, I like that.
I'll go with Albin.
Okay.
Albin over Yap.
We need some more of that. We're all agreeing too much in this event.
Earl the Pearl.
There we go.
He's got a lead, 4-2.
Versus Nathan Childress. That kid can play. He's not really a kid anymore. Well, I mean, I know he's a kid, but he's like in his 20s now, right?
Yeah, he's young. It's definitely a winnable match for him, though.
Yeah.
This format. Look at this. Anthony Maglino up 5-1 over Tyler Steyer. I've always said that I think the most underrated American is Anthony. I really do. I mean, I know he's goofy, and if you watch him, the way that he plays, it's like this dude can't play a lick. But he plays all games well, too. Every year at the Derby, I'm like, he's like one of those dudes you just don't want to draw because he's just not going to beat himself. He plays every game well. Wouldn't surprise me at all if he went on and won this one, up 5-1 over Opie.
Well, all-time break, too.
Yeah, it's a huge lead alternate break. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, you better go get your
round one.
You better take your teammate out to a nice dinner. He might be on suicide watch if he loses the Maglino first round of the International Open. Man, go get him some steak and eggs or something.
I'm not worried. He's gonna come back and play Lechner later.
Yeah, looks like it's gonna be somebody versus Lechner. I mean, Max is gonna play Lucas. Lucas hasn't been playing great lately, but he is one of the players that has potential too, in my opinion.
He lost to Phil Prentice out there in Roanoke.
Yeah, he lost to Phil. Phil good tournament in Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
I
think
like Max to get up from here,
Yeah.
from the upper side, and see. Let's see who's in the lower side of this.
Well, this is the last
break.
one.
Oh,
yeah, I mean all things considered, pretty good draw at the top half for Max there.
yeah, Johnny Mora of Gerson, who is currently down against Norwegian player 4-1.
Look at this flight.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal draw for Vitali.
But I'll tell you one thing right now, Vitali is dangerous in this format with 4.5-inch pockets because he breaks the balls. At the U.S. Open, honestly, Federer, if I could have grabbed anybody's break and gave it to you to carry on throughout the tournament, and I watched almost every top player that had a chance to win the tournament, I didn't see anybody that was breaking better than Vitali. I'm just telling you. And 4.5-inch pockets where there's no moving and he can just run out and he doesn't have to think. I mean, don't be surprised if he upsets either Shane or Mark. It looks like Mark's playing Shane tight right now.
That's a new Filipino too. I mean, watch out for that guy Mark Estiola. He's Fargo. What is it?
767.
Yeah, there's no way it's anywhere near that. He's for sure above 800 player, and
Wow.
it's going to be a close match between him and SVB. And last week, Mark beat Vitali in Wolf's Den.
I'll tell you what, it's pretty cool to see kind of like the new era of Filipinos or the new wave of them. They did it's who was the guy that you played Federer in the finals?
Feliciano.
Feliciano.
Michael Feliciano, but I mean that's like top echelon of player. He's like a 820 Fargo, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe 830. I mean, I don't know, but it's like top player. He may be the best tournament Filipino player in Philippines because he always does good in tournaments. Always. He's in the finals of every ranking event whenever he plays in.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to see the Filipinos coming back strong here. But this is a stacked bracket here. You got Mr. Smooth.
Johnny, the pull-up guy.
Apparently he got out 6 times there, Jay, did he? You say he can't do that.
Well, he maybe didn't get out, but
but he won the games.
I was gonna say, let's be honest, Johnny can't beat his meat. All right, let's see. So you got Vitali there. He got a forfeit, and he's gonna take on either Mark or SVB. Listen, I'm rolling with the driver. I'm rolling with Vitali to come out of this. I think this format sets him up. I think it's his time. That's
Honestly,
crazy.
I agree. Honestly agree. I would like to watch him play SVB. He was beating Shane before. He beat him in Texas Open when he finished second this year. I'm not sure if they ever played again before, but I think if he matches up with either Mark or Shane, I think he's going to win. And who do we have in the upper side of that flight?
You got
Gerson Martinez.
you got Max Lechner's going to go out of the top of that.
Yeah.
Really tough. I mean, it's going to be a really tough draw for Vitali if he's going to qualify.
If he's going to get there, yeah.
He's going to have to beat Shane, Johnny, and then Max. So it doesn't get any tougher than this to qualify.
Really tough draw for SVB too. I mean, look at SVB's draw. He's got Mark and then Vitali.
Very often, Jason.
I know. Usually Shane gets a little cakewalk out, but he had a tough one here. He's going to work his way.
Then he's got to play the winner between Mora and Martinez.
Yeah, I mean, if Martinez gets there, he's down. The Norwegian may get him.
Yeah.
That's tough, but
I take John Mora to qualify.
Oh my God, Mr. Smooth. Oh, you just love his hair. You just like watching him do his pull-ups with no shirt on. That's what it is.
I like his attitude as well.
It took Johnny to qualify?
That's right, yeah. What?
Oh
he's just laughing.
Johnny's the only grown man I've ever seen go Facebook Live and do pull-ups with no shirt on with his sunglasses on. and literally Snapchat Federer at the same time.
That's good.
So he's going to
Respectable man
inspire
right
him
there.
to get in shape.
That's a man that we could all learn something from.
Hey, I'm telling you, if I had a six pack like Johnny, I might be doing pull ups with sunglasses on too, but I don't, so I won't. It's probably a good thing. All right, so gun to your head, Federer, you can't pick yourself. Going through the draws here, who you taking to win it all?
Victor Zelinsky.
Yeah, that's good.
It does set up nice for him, doesn't it? This format.
I mean, we don't really know because the last 16, I think what they did last year was they did complete redraw. They didn't draw the losers to the winners.
Huh.
I'm not sure what they're going to do this time because they didn't do any seedings, and I'm not sure what's going to be the format in the last 16. But blind guess is Victor Zelinsky.
Collins?
I don't know if I can think of another player that's going to beat Victor other than you. When Chang Junlin maybe, but you have to play Chang Junlin early, so I can't.
You could pick Federer. He just can't pick himself. That's weak.
Well, I feel like it's kind of weak for me to pick our boy too.
I mean, listen.
Yap.
You can swing from him.
I could go with Yap. I'm a Yap fanboy. Let's go with that.
Yap is a good pick. Maybe.
Look, Federer, as much as I hate this, and I know it's going to make you want to puke, it makes me want to puke too. Just the gambler in me. I mean, Shaw got a fucking cakewalk, boys. Shaw got a great draw. He's comfortable. There's big pockets. He's coming off some nice wins. It's like the time of year where he starts to come out and blossom and play his best pool. You know, he got announced for the Mosconi Cup. He's trying to get into shape for it. And I mean, let's be honest. He's got a very, very nice draw to the qualifications. I mean, if you were to let me pick one person to just absolutely unload on making it to the second stage, I would pick Shaw. And that's not me picking with my heart. That's for sure.
I agree.
All right. So let's take a peek at the 10 ball and let's try to make it a little quicker.
Well, that should be easier to do because there's only 16 players.
Yeah, 16 players. And it's single elimination, races to 10, ultimate break. And Roland just played Naoki Oi, and they finished hill. Naoki was up 3-0 when I left. And I'm going to be playing Lee Van in the first round tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. They haven't posted the times yet, which is weird. You know, first round starts at 11 a.m.
I got to reframe this. Sorry, boys.
Oh, wow. Pat Fleming just messaged me. I play 11 a.m. Jesus.
Cool.
Wow. That's sweet.
So, this isn't going to work. I'm going to have...
So you play at 11 a.m. in the Bigfoot, and then you play at 10:15 p.m. in 9 ball. Is that right?
Yes.
So you get a nice little 12-hour break. Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's good to play. Oh, wow. It says mistake. Wait, 3:30. I play 3:30.
That's perfect. Right?
It is. I can wake up whenever I want. You know, eat, practice. Yeah, that's perfect.
They got smoked salmon.
Probably, yeah.
There you go.
Looking at who's left, Shane beats Mika 10-4. Garcia beats Oi 10-9. So that's the matchup here. I can't scroll up all the way; it won't let me. And then the boy the guy you're going to be playing after your match tomorrow.
I've got a tough draw for Bigfoot. You know, leading good on the Bigfoot, and Yap. I watched Yap. He played pretty good against Roberto. You know, SVB.
Yeah,
you got a brutal draw.
Well, everybody too. Let's scroll down and see Chen Junlin versus Shaw. That's a pretty big match for a quarterfinal. Johnny lost to Jason, and Kazakis lost to Chan Jun-Lin. And Chan plays good on a big foot, but Jason is always one of the favorites, maybe the biggest favorite to win any Bigfoot tournament.
Filler got a nice draw. I know Pagulayan's a good player, but his size really hurts him on the Bigfoot, I feel like.
Yep, I agree.
And then you got Mario, which I don't know if I've ever seen Mario play on the Bigfoot.
I think he played once. I don't remember when, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I don't think he did any good. But yeah, I'm curious to see how Mario plays on the big table. I like him against Conrad.
Yeah, I've watched Conrad a few times on the Bigfoot and wasn't really impressed.
He actually beat Filler Derby on the Bigfoot, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think he's going to do it again. I think Filler got a really nice draw. I mean, obviously it's tough anywhere, but
Well, yeah, he doesn't have to play Shane or Shaw to get to the semis, or Chang, or me. So
right. Or Yap.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he really dodged the top.
Halloween is in
6.
full swing out here, guys. Sorry to interrupt.
What you got on out there, man?
I was like, what the hell is going on?
She's got Master's chalk on her head. She's a pool cue.
Oh, what is it?
She's
that was
dressed
you.
up
I
for
thought you
Halloween.
changed
She's
real
got
quick.
Master's chalk right on her
Wow.
on the tip. Premium quality, right there.
Just the tip, Collins. Go out there.
Well, you know, Jana's not my type, so
All right. Well,
Mary.
get a few more beers in you. You'll never know. Oh, man. All right. So I like SVB versus Federer on the top portion.
Yeah,
I'm taking Federer to come out of the top.
and Shaw and
I
Filler.
like.
That
On
would
the
be
bottom.
insane.
Yeah.
Me and SVB and Semis and Shaw and Filler in the bottom. That'd be insane.
I mean, I think that's most likely to happen, right? Or Filler versus Chang, which is just as good.
Yeah, those Bigfoot tournaments, they are really cool to follow because, when it gets down to the Final Four, it's always great.
Cream. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one, and that's on the mainstream, right?
Mainstream, yeah, AccuStats.
All right, Federer,
Pay-per-view.
pick you a winner. You can't pick yourself. Who's it gonna be?
Jason Shaw.
Puker. Collins.
Yep. I gotta go.
All right.
I gotta double down.
All right, I'm taking Filler in this one. I just love his route. I know he's got to get through Shaw and then probably Federer or Shane, but you got to do that anyways. You got to beat a couple good players. I just feel like he's most likely to get to the Final Four with what he was given. But who knows?
Who knows?
You never know.
We may never know.
Yeah.
We'll know tomorrow
Well-
or the next few days. But cool.
So Federer, tell us a little bit about your streaming and what you're planning on doing here throughout the next couple days at this event.
Well, I'm going to try to stream every match that I play on the outside of the TV tables. So I'll be streaming every of my matches, especially tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. I'm not sure if they're once they go to the single knockout stage, I think most of the matches will be on the mainstream. And obviously I can stream the Bigfoot, but yeah, follow the bracket and follow my YouTube channel. I'll be scheduling the streams so y'all know what time I play.
Yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you'll get notified whenever he goes live. And he's going to be doing it quite a few times throughout the next few days here. So make sure you tune in, and we appreciate everybody tuning in with us and having some fun. Collins, it's been,
We have Vitaly in the chat. He says, "Hey, Uncle Jason."
oh man, he drove me to the International Open last year, I think. The driver. Oh man. Well, it's going to be a fun few days of pool here. I love the Bigfoot mixed in with the 9 ball. It really makes it exciting, and the top 16 guys in that event really makes it a cool thing going on at the same time. And I
Oh,
think
that's a good question. That's a good question. Somebody just asked if that's my last event using Q-Tech. No, that's not the last. I'm planning to play this event, and I'll be traveling to Puerto Rico after this, and Puerto Rico will be the last event with me using the Q-Tech equipment. And then we're going to announce my new sponsor this coming month. So everybody stay tuned. It's going to be a big news.
yeah, make sure you save up so you can use the same cue as Mr. Gorst.
That's right.
Not going to want to miss that one. All right, cool. Well, appreciate it, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Collins, Feder, it's been a lot of fun, and best of luck to you, Feder.
Yes,
And
thank you, Jason.
can't wait to make fun of Collins' picks the next time we meet.
Me too. I can't wait.
All right, boys. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
coming.
fellas. Yeah, see you on the next